Do not let the candle to burn until the end, Capricorn. This is very important for you to understand, because in particular when it comes to the 11th, 12th and the actual 13th of July, there is going to be a very interesting turn of events that you are going to have. In order to make the most of it, you are going to need to understand that your own third psychic eye and your own intuition, it's going to be telling you one thing, but what you're going to come across is going to be telling you something completely different. If you're going to let your candle to burn until the end, it's not going to be good, because it means that you are maybe doing something that you shouldn't be doing. Maybe you're not following your own intuition. So this is a very important fine line in between that I'm talking about. Just pay attention to what is actually going to be happening on the 11th, 12th and the 13th of July, and you will see exactly what I mean. If you don't want to let the actual candle to burn until the end, you just have to simply follow your intuition, because you're going to be tested in such a way, you know, it's going to be a rather challenging situation. So your mind and your spirit and your soul, your third psychic eye, your pineal gland is going to be rather enhanced, and this is going to be telling you one thing and something, you know, that are different forces that are going to be kind of misleading you, like in a certain way, and telling you different thing. It's very important to stand up to what you actually believe, and most certainly is just to basically follow your intuition. This is very, very important. So these 3 days are going to be really key days in your life, because by the time you get to the actual last 3 days of July 2021, you are going to be able to see a remarkable, a really quick and lovely change in your life, with a quiet area of your life that, you know, you're focusing on something that you love doing, something that you know doing, you know, something that you know how to do, you know how to, you want to express yourself and things like that. The way you express yourself through your work and through things that you do, you know, this has been placed on a certain hold, and this is why the last few days in July are going to be super important, because they are going to be the direct reflection of what you're going to respond and how you're going to actually respond over these 3 days. This is going to be remarkable, because it's just so much more to it, so much more to it, so much more to it. It's pretty much so to do with your own spiritual journey, but it's also pretty much so to do with a massive, huge, enormous karmic events that you are going to have over the last few days in July. Indeed, you know, because it's all going to start with a rather important message, a very, very powerful omen, very, very powerful sign that, you know, the specific part of your life is going to start moving on in the right direction. All you have to do is just to stand up, you know, and be yourself. So this is a very, very powerful moment in time, and it's also indicating that it's a lot going to change, and the reward that you are going to have. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Capricornians, and it's for July 2021. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus, it's for you, my gorgeous Capricorn, and it's for July 2021. And when it comes to that powerful number, when it comes to the actual numerology and the reflection of the whole of month of July, my gorgeous Capricornians, you are having 2512. These are very powerful numbers, and they're really strong numbers, and they're very unique numbers also in many different ways, and they're rather sacred numbers. These numbers are powerful when it comes to your own energy, and powerful when it comes to your own consistency, and rather powerful when it comes to your own persistency. So it means that, you know, there is going to be the moment this month when you're just going to think like, oh my God, like something is going to kind of bring you to the edge, you know, but then this edge is going to be remarkable, because it's going to surprise you what is actually going to be there. So this is why I need you to understand that you just, you know, you're going to come to terms with a very kind of unusual situation, you know, and that unusual situation that you're going to come to terms with is just like kind of like it's not really going to surprise you completely, but it's going to be important for you to shine your light as an example to others. This is very deep, and it's very important. 2512 in numerology are rather sacred. It's a sacred set of numbers, and it also means that you are going to have a remarkable spiritual transformation, and the spiritual transformation is also going to happen when you come across a rather important, powerful, mind-blowing and meaningful experience, you know, which is going to clear so so much in your life. Number 2512 means like pretty much so very strongly can point down to one particular thing, you know, that you are going to have. It is just basically going to bring you a powerful reward. In itself, it's important to understand that there is going to be like some kind of maybe opportunity that you are going to have, and you just need to be like a little bit careful about this one, because something is just kind of not going to be making sense. So there is a couple of opportunities that you are going to have. One opportunity is actually going to be really like a big mama moment, like great opportunity indeed, but then another opportunity is just going to be a little bit strange, a little bit bizarre, and very kind of not quite right. And this is where your deep conscious, your subconscious mind is just going to come out, and your subconscious mind is going to take over, because it's important for you to follow that voice within. Follow the voice within, and you're not going to be led astray, my gorgeous Capricornians. Indeed, this is very important now more than ever. Okay, and you know, on another hand, so there are two opportunities that you are going to have. One opportunity, you know, it's going to be pretty much so fantastic, brilliant, very important, and you know, it's just going to help you to express yourself. It's going to it's to do with like something that you have been waiting for a long time. But another opportunity is just something that I need you to really be aware of, and also to follow that voice within that I'm actually talking about. It's very, very important. So this is the actual balance that I'm talking about. You have got a bit of a yin yang, but then again, at the end of July, you are most certainly going to come on top, because the last 7 days of July are going to be an absolutely fantastic time when it comes to having like a big when it comes to like having like your eyes open. It's going to be a big eyes opener in many different ways. You know, some of you it's going to be like kind of surprised completely, and some of you are going to have like a big mama moment, like in such a way, no baby, no, I'm not surprised at all. You know, so this is all important because it's part of your spiritual journey. The last 7 days this July, you're going to start the actual process. You're going to start a certain progress. You're going to plant a little seed. It's just my God, you need to pay attention to your devotion. What is calling you? What is calling you? What is calling you? There is something that you are persistently ignoring, but it's the part of your spiritual journey of who you are. I understand it was placed on hold because of many other things that were going on, but now this is going to be the time to do it. So just in the last 7 days of July, just pay attention to what is like kind of calling you. What are you interested in? What is very interesting to you? Because something is going to be revealed to you at the same time, and this is also going to double tap on all the feelings and emotions that you had when it comes to you wanting to move on finally with your life and live your life the way you actually wanted. July and August are going to be like so connected, like there is no tomorrow. So this is something I need you to pay attention to. This a little process, little progress is going to grow into something enormous. You know, it's going to be tiny little seed that you are going to have, but it's going to grow in the most powerful oak in the actual forest. You see, if I can actually explain this. So all you need to do basically and just see, oh, I want to read up about this, I want to read up about that. You're going to have these moments, you know, like not only at the end of July, but throughout July, you will want to read about this, you want to read about that. Anything that you want to kind of read, anything that can actually help you with your own knowledge. You have no idea what an important role this is actually going to play, because this is all kind of watering your own spiritual seed when it comes to your own manifestation and when it comes to the process of your own manifestation. This in itself is going to be evident in August, like there is no tomorrow. So July and August are going to be like a big mama moments when it comes to this, but especially August, you're going to understand the importance of this particular path, importance of this little spiritual seed that you are going to plant. And then again, you are having like a big moment when it comes to roughly the end of December 2021. The end of December, everything is going to be clear, and you're going to find yourself, like, my Lord, on the seventh sky, like literally when it comes to your own existence, when it comes to things that you are doing, and you're going to find a whole new purpose in your life, because this is all going to start with you finding yourself on the spiritual quest, which is going to happen in July. My Lord, July, it's going to be more important than ever. What you need to understand is just you need to give credit to yourself, and you need to feed your own energy, you need to feed your own power, and you need to give a credit to yourself as well. There is no time like now to trust your own intuition, but also, as I already said, your pineal pineal gland is going to be very enhanced. Your third psychic eye is going to be very powerful. You're going to be able to see so much more and connect in so many different levels that you normally, I'm not saying that you can't, but you most certainly, you will be able to feel this. Very important and powerful time indeed. On another hand, my gorgeous Capricornians, you know, this is also great time, like you are going to be noticed throughout July. July, it's a very spiritual month. You have very spiritual signs to start with. You're able to kind of feel these earthly energies like in a very powerful way. So this is going to reflect on you very strongly. So this is nothing unusual, you know. So you will be noticed. So what you need to do, you know, just really think about yourself. You need to start with yourself. This is the month when you simply need to take care of yourself. Start with yourself. Feed yourself. Water yourself. Take care of yourself in the terms of like basically meditations, like visit the nature as much as you can. I know I'm always talking about it, but it's important because you're going to benefit from this like there is no tomorrow. My gorgeous Capricornians, is just basically you, if you want to be noticed, most certainly you're going to be noticed. This is important. Do you need a new job? What kind of like where you stack? Do you want to kind of some kind of promotion? Do you know, if you don't jump in the water, you're never gonna learn how to swim, my gorgeous Capricornians. Just remember this. This is going to be a mantra this month, and every time you say this, it's gonna give you more power and more Vavumish energy to keep on, you know, with your life. The bottom line is you will be noticed where you want to be noticed, you know, like pretty much so. Use it wisely. Very important. If you're looking for work, just go for it throughout the month, because what is going to happen, not only something very interesting is going to come up, but you're going to find yourself like really around different things in your life, and this is all a sign of an important spiritual growth that you're actually going to have. Very much so. If you're retired, it's still going to be like amazing, because it's just, you know, very powerful and sacred. Next step, it's actually going to be revealed, you know. It is going to come with an element of surprise, but you're just going to find yourself fancying the certain or liking certain path of your life, that it's pretty much so having certain parts like connected to the past and how it used to be, how you feel like when you connect to it. But then again, it's also at the same time important to pay attention to the actual insight that this is going to bring you with the current situation in your life, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. On another hand, you know, just important, oh gosh, dear Lord, I'm too much for my kitties. Dear Lord, no, it's also like when it comes to the actual apprenticeships and things like that, going on the next stage, going on the next step in your life, you know, this is very important, you know, wherever you decide to give and put the actual personal effort towards, this is going to go so far. It's going to have a big mama wings like throughout the actual months. You need to understand this, and you know it always comes with an element of mystery. You know, you don't realize, you don't understand at the time as such how powerful your energy is, but this is something I simply need you to remember, because slowly you're reaching a very powerful stage in your life, because you're slowly coming to an end with things that are no longer serving you. So that's why the energy is going to pick up and it's going to reflect on you nicely. On another hand, what else I was going to say, you know, you need to understand that also this month you will have the ability to learn very quickly. So this is also like coming, you know, like kind of like really well together with things of you kind of doing research, reading, kind of connecting to things as much as you possibly can, you know. It's rather important to say to stay committed to the tasks at hand, and try to like whatever you start, try to finish. And if you have any kind of like unfinished businesses, like things that are really sticking out in a negative way in your life, please work on them, and you will see that you're going to have this wonderful burst like of energy to deal with it, that you're going to surprise yourself how powerful you're going to be. I mean, you know, on another hand, there is a bit of a moment here, you know, that you are going to actually kind of like you will be expect a certain difficulties, you know. You will, I can see you that you will be expecting the certain difficulties, because you're going to become aware of the certain change, and you may not like it, you know, necessarily. But then again, at the same time, you know, this is all about a certain pose and obstacle that it's going to be created. But what is actually going to be good out of it? You know what? Because it's going to readjust you a little bit when readjustment is pretty much needed indeed. But on another hand, you know, little hidden enemy is going to be revealed. So this is great, because because this little hidden enemy is going to be revealed at the time when you need this the most, and this is just going to come to boost at the perfect time when it comes to you making a rather powerful decision. So this is going to like really be really beneficial when you're trying to decide something as well about these hidden enemies. You see, this is really, really important. On another hand, you know, it's just basically the certain person in your life that is very loyal to you. The certain person in your life that is like really loyal to you basically is just going to be playing an important role. And just remember, this is somebody who you look up to, somebody who you're nice, somebody who's loyal to you, somebody who you really like, and things like that. That person is going to be playing an important role because they will kind of tell you something, or you're going to understand through them to exactly which part of your life you need to kind of invest more. Not like necessarily money and finances, but it's pretty much so to do when it comes to your own energy. So this person is going to be playing very, very important role because this person is rather reliable in so many different ways when it comes to your life. And on another hand, what else I was going to say, you know, is just that the actual I like it because, you know, the part of your life that's something that you felt really unfair about, something that happened to you over the last 8 months was very strong, and it was kind of taking lots of energy, and it's to do with this justice, it's to do with the deciding. Maybe somebody else was had to decide something. You know, this is kind of gonna have a really very good moment when it comes to you. So there's gonna be really good moment, really good news when it comes to some kind of justice, and you're gonna like this. You know, it's just something that already kind of happened, but now you're just gonna find out more information about this type of justice, and it's gonna be brilliant because it's going to bring a wonderful balance. It's gonna bring you nice energy. It's gonna make you feel so good about yourself. It's gonna make you feel so happy about things that you were unhappy because you were uncertain about. So it's something that already happened, kind of, you heard about it before, but now there are more additional informations that you're gonna get, which is gonna be brilliant when it comes to this confirmation. And the passion in your life is just going to be kind of unearthed at that very moment in time. But what I want you to say, that it's not so much about this justice, but it's more about paying attention to what you're gonna gain out of it. What are you gonna get out of it? Is the experience that it's also bringing you powerful, strong, significant advice as well at the same time, my gorgeous Capricornians. So I just wanted to do this. I just needed to do this when it comes to that advice. You see, it's all about you expressing yourself. This is going to help you so much. It's going to make you feel really positive. It's going to make you feel really excited. And it's also going to help you with expressing yourself, because maybe you were keeping certain things aside. Maybe you weren't as open about a certain thing. So it's very important to communicate and be open, and just remember that to shine your light as an example to others. I mentioned this before, but I'm saying this now on purpose again. And now, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to your actual health, I'm saying that, you know, like a very sensitive bones, if you can like expose yourself to the sun, then it's absolutely brilliant. Just try to spend a few hours in the sun. It's fantastic. It's going to help you when it comes to the actual vitamin D. It's very important. But if you can't get like enough sun, like for example, then you should really be taking like a natural dose of vitamin D. Very, very important, because it's going to help you with your bones, and also calcium, magnesium and zinc. Supplement with the calcium, magnesium and zinc, or if you can eat food and take food like which is rich in calcium and magnesium and zinc, for example, you see. But on another hand, you know, this is going to help you when it comes to your bones and skeleton, because it's quite sensitive. And also like maybe natural cod liver oil. I know it sounds like, oh my god. Or like maybe fish oils, and this is omega-3 essential fatty acids are fantastic when it comes to boosting our immune system, when it comes to bones, joints, skeleton. And if you kind of find this organic, if you find like cod liver oil, like oh no, or fish oils, understand, like you could be vegan, for example, and things like that. So maybe like organic flaxseed oil supplement. It's an plant version of the actual omega-3 essential fatty acids, which is also going to boost your immune system, and it's going to work wonderful when it comes to your bones, joints, and things like that, because it's going to keep your joints moist as well. And it's very good, you know, for the mind, memory, and so many other things as well. On another hand, stomach and digestion is like a big mama every single time moment here, because now I've been seeing so many other signs like suffering from the same thing for such a long time. And it's important to mention to try to cut out sugar, take organic maple syrup, please. It would be fantastic. It's a fantastic substitute for sugar. Just completely cut out sugar because it's very bad for your stomach, for everything. And also, on another hand, if you can get something like a natural B vitamin complex and make sure that the actual folic acid is made in a folate way, it's folate, not folic acid, and B12 needs to be made in a natural way opposed to the chemical way. So this way, if you take like a natural B vitamin complex every single morning, the first thing in the morning, it's going to be beneficial for the entire digestive system, for the entire nervous system, and it's also going to bring you energy, lots of energy, to take this the very first thing in the morning indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm going on the very first date that is going to be rather important, and it's the 5th of July. On the 5th of July, I really like this because now the stage and the period from the 1st of July and the 5th of July are going to bring you realization, revelation, and you will see something and you will know exactly what to do. Something is going to give you an idea. What do you need to do when it comes to your own stability? So this is really, really important, that at the same time, this is going to lead towards a very, very victorious moment towards the end of the month. So this is very important, and it's also going to bring the certain very heavy difficulty to the end. It's to do with the new plan. From the 1st of July until the 5th of July, I need you to pay attention to that little voice in your head which is telling you and pointing you towards the new plan. And this new plan, it's like some kind of wish that was on your mind for the last 7 months indeed, and also something that you maybe wanted to attempt, or you kind of were thinking of attempting, or you attempted already. So it's important that this is going to bring a new hope in this moment in time, and you are gonna feel and have the relevant confidence to actually do this. You know what I find really interesting? That you're going to have like uncertain efforts when it comes to that, but you're gonna feel so strongly about it. You see, this is what I mean about that little voice that you should be following, and your own subconscious mind and the third psychic eye, that you will be able to see so much beyond. And this is going to be your guiding light. It's going to be a spirit guide in this moment in time. You know, just remember, this is to do with you, who you are. It's to do with your practical knowledge. It's to do with like also the fact that you are going to have a very important negotiation when it comes to it, you know. And then on another hand, your projection, personal projection, is going to be like absolutely mental, but in the best possible way. So if you do want to make like a little ritual, you know, my God, your words are going to go really far into the universe this time, like there is no tomorrow. You can burn a little candle, make a wish. You know, you can maybe chant a little bit, you can say this certain affirmation. I just want you to say that it's a strong, powerful time when it comes to your personal ritual, so use it wisely, specifically in between the 1st and the 5th of July in particular. Okay, so now the second date, but before we go there, I would highly recommend you to get something like a black obsidian. Is a must. It's an absolutely powerful and gorgeous crystal to actually help you to protect your energy, and it's also fantastic when it comes to like a boosting your energy, but at the same time it helps you with your own spiritual stability by protecting you from other negative energies, so negative people around you. There are a few certain instances that you are going to have where you're going to need to push yourself in order kind of like to deal with certain people, and throughout July, August and September, and every single time when you kind of feel like a negative around certain people, I would wear a black obsidian because it's going to protect your energy in so many different ways. This gorgeous black obsidian comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The second important dates are going to be in between the 11th and the 13th of July. 11th, 12th and the 13th of July. This is fantastic because this is the time when you simply need to follow your own devotion. This is the time when you must not ignore things. What doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. What makes sense, it makes sense. Sometimes it's very difficult to kind of go along with it because maybe there are certain influences and impacts that you had in your life, but this is the time when you just really need to kind of think about your own reflection, because what is actually going to happen in between 11th, 12th and the 13th, you will know exactly which part of your life you kind of, and what, not only which part of your life, but you will know exactly what kind of energy and efforts you need to put in towards the specific goal in your life. On the 11th, 12th and the 13th of July, this is going to become obvious, you know, because this is the time of your own self-illumination, and it's at the same time the time where you're gonna find yourself being in a certain denial, you know. It's just like basically being in a certain denial when it comes to the actual success, because this is kind of preventing you and kind of it's slowing you down. This is what I was saying before. But then at the same time, it's about you overcoming this rather difficult obstacle and challenge as well. This is going to lead towards a very important advantage in your life when it comes to your own victory, but at the same time, it's going to be connected to the actual negotiation. It's a mind-blowing moment in time. Just remember that this is connected to a really important negotiation. So if somebody tries to if you come across someone or a certain person or group of people and just kind of don't rush into anything, just try to have like this negotiation that I'm talking about, because this negotiation is just going to kind of show you the way where you didn't see the way. It's going to help you to understand so much and confirm as well to you as well before you kind of go any further. So this is really important. On another hand, if you do have some kind of negotiations to make, if you do kind of need to discuss something really important, I mean 11th, 12th and the 13th of July are going to be super significant, because you're going to be so much successful here. And also the certain delay, my lord, you know, the certain delay that just caused so much pressure in your life, especially in the last 3 months, it's coming to an end here, because your 11th, 12th and the 13th, especially the 13th of July, this is the big mama moment when it comes to your personal transformation, personal transition, because now what caused excessive pressure when it comes to these delays, now you are going to you're going to come up with something really important, some kind of resolution of a problem, some kind of idea, conclusion. This is immediately going to bring you healing into your life when it comes to having a satisfactory result. Very important time when it comes to compromise, but most importantly, the actual inspiration that is going to come out of it. You see this? The actual inspiration that is going to come out of it. You see this? The wisdom. Of course that I'm going to get this oracle card. The wisdom. This is nothing unusual. Wisdom to know, wisdom to be aware, wisdom to understand, wisdom to see what came to an end in your life, but also wisdom to make a certain sacrifice in order to move on as well. Okay, so on another hand, what else I was going to recommend is, of course, is this gorgeous rhodochrosite. It's one of the most powerful crystals that you can get over there, in particular when it comes to its ability to kind of boost our energy almost immediately. So if you feel low, if you feel down, if you feel negative, if you feel tired, if you feel uncertain, this is immediately going to boost your energy, you know, and clear your way of thinking and help you with your own communication. I mentioned to you before, you protect yourself with the black obsidian, but on another hand, this helps you to come out of yourself when you need to express yourself the most. My gorgeous Capricornians, you see this? Okay, so this is something that I would like you to wear in July, August and September, every single time when you want that little bit of boost. This comes with a gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below, right at the bottom. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The third important dates are 23rd and the 24th of July. It's all about this balance force that you're actually going to have, and there are certain offsetting factors here. Pay attention to the actual offsetting factors here, because by paying attention to it, you will know exactly that you need to kind of a step through, and you need to kind of put your energy towards a certain family matter. Your family are people who are important to you. If you haven't got a family, then it's going to be people who are very much so important to you, that are going to be playing an important role when it comes to you stepping into something. You're going to need to pay attention to something. You're going to need to kind of really kind of focus focus on something when it comes to the certain family matter, because something is going on, and you really do at the same time are going to do really wonderful thing, because your input is going to be needed here like there is no tomorrow. Okay, on another hand, you know what I really like here, the 23rd and the 24th, it's going to bring you another conclusion into your life. I like this because it's that conclusion. It's going to help you realize that you're slowly approaching the end of the problem. And when you realize this, an unexpected event is going to occur, and that unexpected event is at the same time going to become a really powerful moment in time when it comes to the beginning of the very, very meaningful experience in your life. There are so many different emotions and feelings that you are going to have, but most certainly it's going to be fantastic, mind-blowing, eye-opener, but it's also going to make you feel so great like you haven't felt in a long time in terms of your own excitement, energy and happiness. So you know, this in itself is going to be speaking like, oh my god, by itself, literally. Okay, so now my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm just going to see what is briefly what to pay attention to in the first part of July, mid part of July and the last part of July. So the first part of July, I just want you to understand that this is an amazing moment in time to actually manifest as much as you can, you know, and as I already mentioned before, so the first part of July is just like you will surprise yourself. You can achieve so much when it comes to your own manifestation, but in particular is the time of hope, faith, inspiration. Just pay attention to the certain inspiration and pay attention to the certain bright prospects. This is something that you will be able to actually manifest. The mid part of July, I like it because it's bringing an end. It's bringing an end to the situation that brought so much sadness, and it's fantastic. It's not like completely the end, but you will know that you are kind of out of it, and it's brilliant, and it's all down to you. The third part of July, it's all about the actual, you know, you need to understand that, you know, this is the time, oh my god, this is the time to meditate, this is the time to connect and reconnect with yourself. I know I'm always on about it, but then again, you're just going to get so much out of it, you know, because while you're doing meditating and while you're contemplating at the end of July, this is going to bring you so much, you know, so much understanding that you didn't understand before. You will be able to get so many answers like there is no tomorrow. And also it's very important, a time of the actual self-discovery, and most importantly, shine your light. I'm saying this again, this is going to be playing an important role at the end of July, because you're going to need to explain something to someone very importantly. It's very, very, very important, and you need to remember to shine your light as an example to others. Okay, so now my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship and to those of you who are single. So first of all, I'm going to check relationship for Capricornians, and it's for July 2021 for the relationship for Capricornians. Okay, and this is like basically 8 of coins. You know what, it's just like really important. You are both going to have a quite interesting surprise when it comes to the couples, you see, my gorgeous Capricornians, because now it's like a little tiny bit of a storm that you are going to have this month. It's going to be very complex, but then again, this little storm that you are going to have, it's going to be brilliant, because it's going to help you to see things that you didn't see. It's going to help you to understand things that you didn't understand. It's going to help you connect and reconnect on so many different levels as a couple. So it's very important. So that little storm, I can say, like, it needs to get a little bit worse in order to get better. This is pretty much so a little tiny little storm that you're going to have at the beginning, the first part of July, but then the second part of July, it's all about you going on the next stage, you know, because it is just going to help you to learn things for what they are as the couple. And this will be very important when it comes to both of you, like kind of moving on with your life, because you will want to kind of like by the end of July, this is gonna kind of bring all sorts of feelings and all sorts of emotions, and you're gonna find yourself like being maybe like a little bit uncertain and not maybe completely happy in a complete situation, in situation at the moment, the way you are, not with each other, but maybe you will want to change things around you. Maybe you will be not gonna like where you are anymore. Maybe you will want to move on somewhere else. You know, it's just gonna point towards like a very big, massive, enormous change when it comes to both of you. And this is something that is going to put a big smile on your face, and it's most certainly going to be right time to actually do it. So you see, it's important. Okay, so now when it comes to those of you that are single, sorry, I've got an itchy nose because the cat's hair is stuck on my nose. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to the actual single Capricornians, when it comes to those of you that are single, okay, so this is it. You see this? My Lord. When it comes to those of you that are single, this is something that I need you to understand, because it's like, this is nothing unusual, because you're very deep, you're very spiritual, so it looks like you're still focusing on someone who you shouldn't be focusing on. Maybe you're doing consciously, maybe you're doing subconsciously, but it's very important for you to understand, to start with, that you're focusing on someone who you shouldn't be focusing on. Maybe you had a little bit of a kissy with someone, maybe you had a bit of like a stranger in the night, Capricornius in the morning moment, you know. Maybe you did have a stranger in the night, Capricornius in the morning moment, I don't know, you know, but it really depends that this was just a moment, kind of. So it's somebody who, it's not the right person for you, but karmically that person needed to be there because it was the part of your spiritual journey. So first of all, you need to let this person go, and then someone quite interesting is about to walk into your life. But before that, you're gonna need to kind of come to terms that maybe just kind of like a try different things, you know, try to look up different people, try to connect and reconnect to different type of people, because you spiritually grew. So naturally you're not gonna connect to people who you connected before when it comes to like a romance and stranger in the night, Capricornius in the morning, you know. You just basically need to like kind of connect and reconnect to different people. This is important because this is the quite significant and powerful part of your spiritual journey as well. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. Mwah.